So, well, here we go. Wow, this light is like brighter than usual, or I haven't really been in the light all that much in the past couple days because, you know, depressed. How's it going? So, you are here to hear why I'm actually here. I should be Dr. fucking Seuss. I don't want to tell this story. Like, I really don't. I want to internalize it and drink heavily and cry about it at 3 in the morning like I've been doing for the past couple nights. But, truthfully, I'm just sick of telling this story. And hopefully, one day in the very distant future, I can laugh at all of this and it'll be hysterical. And just a fucking twinkle in my eye. But for right now, it is a thing that is weighing on me, and I'm gonna tell you about it. Good day, old monster. Come here, baby. Come here. It's really not bad, though. This could be like a fucking, like a Hallmark card. Like you're reaching for some monster that you left in your bathroom overnight because you thought it would make you feel better the night before, and it didn't, because you have a lot of anxiety, and it just spiked that. But then you reach for it and taste it the next day, and it tastes fine. So life's gonna be fine. Bitch. So this is how I got fired, and this is how I came to this point in my life right now. So I'm gonna give you a little backstory on this before I tell you like the actual... What was that? Get away from me. I'm gonna give you a little backstory on this situation just to make this as objective as possible, because I'm not trying to paint my company as villains, even though I've got some choice words in my arsenal. But that's not what this is about. It is about a fucking situation that you're going to assess based on facts. Well, and then some curse words. And also a lot of hair touching, because I don't know how to talk to people. I had worked at my, let's call it a cafe. My cafe location for 3 years. I had been through 3 different companies because no one wanted to fucking buy us, because it is a sinkhole of an operation. It is very expensive to make a cafe functional, but in certain environments they're considered a necessity. So it's like there's literally nothing you can do about it. It just has to be there. So I had been at my cafe for 3 years. Each year I stepped up in the ranks. I moved up from like a regular staff member with the original company to an MOD with the second, and then to general manager of 2 locations. Okay? I don't even know. I don't want to say I'm important to the company, but like I proved my worth, right? And I did my job. And I had a clientele, I had a following, I had all the stuff that you need to be a manager. Like, it was the correct choice. So I became general manager with this 3rd company, and instantly, as soon as I got hired, I knew things were going to be different, because I was promised, well, I shouldn't say I was promised, but I was suggested a certain salary, and the salary I was actually offered was significantly lower, so that should have really been a red flag right there for me. That, subjectively, it seemed like they were painting a bigger picture than what they were actually going to give me. So whatever, fine. Like, I need a job, I have rent to pay, fine. As time went on, things just got harder. And let me tell you right now, I had a lot of obstacles to overcome. Like, I had a lot of learning to do, I had a lot of stuff that I definitely did wrong, but at the end of the day, I always, like, learned from it. And it was always like, okay, bad thing, fuck that, bring in a good thing. Bad thing, fuck that, bring in a good thing. Every time. It was never like I kept bad habits. Like, I always grew from bad... What the fuck? It says anything about me. Whatever. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? Who the actual fuck cares? I hope I grow a horn. So I hit a lot of obstacles with this new company, and it was too much for one person, honestly, or at least too much for me. And I was not only like handling my manager duties, which was like inventory and ordering and staff delegation and going to the city for meetings and for like making up business plans and strategies and like all this other shit. I was also on the ground floor covering shifts because we were so understaffed, there was no one else to work except for me. So, like, fucking, you worked with me, you've seen me there a lot. your girl has pulled some 16-hour days and it was not fun. And I hope future Sam is just laughing at me like, bitch, you work 16 hours? Are you dumb? And it got to the point where my life became this job. I remember I went out to a bar with a friend of mine and I was on my phone the entire time, and he got really upset with me. It was like, just put your phone down for like a minute. I really couldn't. Like, because I always had staff communicating with me at all hours, and I made myself available because that's what you do. I had to do ordering at certain times. I had to do stuff, so like I had to make it work. And it was rocky, for sure, but like at the end of the day, I was always pushing. I had ideas, I had things, like whatever. And I would like to add in like a mini story that's going to come into play later. So upon getting this job, I had never had any actual managerial training. Like when I ran my cafe prior to this new company, the third company, I didn't even have a food safety card, which is the literal only thing that you need to run a food establishment. Like legally, you cannot run a food establishment without this food safety card. And I ran a food establishment for a year without a food safety card, because fucking, like, the fuck, nobody knew what to do with us. Like, that's just what happened. It was very clear from the beginning that I was new, I needed to learn, fucking make me grow, give me wings, bitch. So I would receive applications for new hires, and upon receiving these applications, I was in a different state than the headquarters of this fucking third company. So I took pictures of the applications and sent them to HR, which is, realistically, that's like what a 5th grader would do in order to, instead of just like scanning it or mailing it. But that was my first instinct. I was like, take pictures, send, goodbye. Me and my boss sat down with HR, like the fucking head of HR, who is the only person running the HR department for fucking 60 plus stores. God, what? So, bongos. We talked to HR and we're like, hey, is this picture taking of applications an appropriate form to send them to you? Like, we asked her right then and there, because if it wasn't, we were going to change it and do something else. That's what you do. We sat there and we asked her and she said, yes, they are fine. Those were her fucking words. Nobody told me any other fucking method to send the fucking application. So that's what I did. That's what I knew how to do. So I did it. Anyway, moving on. Things got a lot harder and people started quitting, and I had to fire people for a bunch of different shit. Whatever, like, time went on. So finally, maybe within the past, maybe 4 months. Yeah, 4 months sounds right. I had a solid staff that not only really liked me, like as a manager, but they did good work and they were intelligent, and we all functioned together like a fucking gear. Like we did the thing, like the pieces fit and we fucking worked, and I was like, okay, ship sails off to Buttland, and then we sold butts and it was great. That's probably why I got fired. I'm already sweaty. But even with this good team, there were still problems, okay? There's always call-outs, there's always emergencies, there's always people getting sick, and that times 2, meaning because I ran 2 locations, means that I'm expected to be at one and then the other, which sucked. It was absolutely, it was really, really shitty, because I would try and plant my roots in one location during the day and stay there and have a presence and do the boss thing, and then instantly I'd have to drive to the other location, which is fucking an hour away, to cover a night shift. Within, it was actually throw up. So, and like, I won't even get into like all the other shitty things that happened, but like, specifically, anytime I would communicate with my boss, she, like during emergencies where I wasn't able to cover, she would pressure me to pressure my staff to stop their lives to cover a last minute shift. And that's, I'm not saying that to paint them as the villains or the evil corporation garbage. That's what fucking happened. It wasn't like a normal boss would be like, okay, you did X, Y, and Z. X, Y, and Z didn't work. Now let me step in and help you. It was like, oh, you did X, Y, and Z? We'll go back to X, and then also do Z, and then more Y, and then go fuck yourself. And then also blow a dog, and then also fuck that dog, but then blow that dog again. But why are you blowing that dog? That's against the health code. Like, what are you trying to tell me to do? Because of my great staff, and because of the functionality of us, we made it work for a long time. We made it work for like 9 months. Finally, within this past month, I was so understaffed that I had been working, let's see, I worked at least, no, I worked a lot more than that. So each of my days were at least 16 hours. At least. And, God, like, saying that out loud sucks. Like, I willingly woke my ass up at 6 in the morning every day to, It's over. It's done with. It doesn't matter. It don't fucking matter. It don't fucking matter. So, during this last month, I had been pulling a lot of doubles. I had been working a lot at both locations. And what makes this even more infuriating is I had a plan. I had at least 3 people within the last 2 months who were trying to apply for our job and work with us, and they were good. I had places to put them, like my fucking chessboard was set. And because I took pictures of these applications and sent them, like I was instructed to do, they got delayed that much longer. I'm so mad. So I was very tenacious about these applications that I sent in over the past 2 months because, like I told you, I had been working doubles. I had been fucking, like, overworking my staff. I had one girl who worked 60 hours a week for, like, 3 weeks straight. Like, she was an animal. She really helped me out. Some more. I have anxiety, but I'm gonna keep drinking this to spike it. Okay, so I'm kind of jumping around. So within the last 2 months of me working there, I was very understaffed, but I had preparations for people to come in and fill the gaps that I was working, like when I was working a lot. But our HR department was taking a really long time to process the applications, and I would email them every day, or at least every other day, consistently asking, like, what do you need? What are we missing? Are their IDs missing? Is this application okay? Like, are they missing information? Like, I was fucking up their fucking ass. And then, this part gets me so... It had to have been, like, 2 weeks ago. I asked them again. I was like, what is the status of these applications? What's going on? Tell your girl something. And they told me that the applications were too messy. Like, the sending of them, the pictures that I was taking, was too messy. And I had to resubmit them through FedEx. What? I had been asking about these fucking applications for 2 months. Ooh, okay. Yep. Okay, so let's just assess that situation. Okay, fucking 6 months ago, easily, when I had first asked HR if the method I was using to send me applications was acceptable, they fucking told my face. They told this, that it was okay, it was fine. So why are you telling me now? I'm gonna break my fucking nail off. God damn it. Are you telling me now, in a crisis situation, when these applications are dire, why are you telling me now that this is unacceptable and I could FedEx them? If I fucking knew from the beginning that that was like something I could do, I would have done it. I would have already done it. Like, why set me up to fail? Why waste my time? Why tangle this web? Oh, bitch. Well, my downstairs neighbors do not like me. These walls are paper thin. So, there's so much. There's just so much trash. And then while this was happening, other things were happening. Like, they were promising my staff healthcare for working X amount of hours and never gave them healthcare. They were promising them overtime and they were never paid their overtime. Their tips weren't being submitted, even though I had proof that I submitted them. It just wasn't correct. Everything was so fucking wrong. Oh shit, fuck my ass, fuck me up, god damn it. So, there was no realistic way for me to FedEx these applications in a timely manner because I was stuck working all these fucking shifts. I had other things to deal with right then and there, and it's not like anybody was extending their hand out to me like, hey, let me help you. You have some, like, fucking, this is what I'm here for. No, they were just like, fuck you. That's essentially what I got. Ugh. So, past Friday, I worked a double, and I went home to South Jersey because I wanted to blow my fucking brains out. And I needed to go home. I needed to be away from this clusterfuck that I had created that was, like, becoming so consuming. So I went home to South Jersey. And the next day, Saturday, so I had found out that my employee had gotten sick during her shift, and she had to go home. Obviously. I, of course, could not go in to cover the shift, not only because I felt like my brain was melting, but because I was in another fucking zip code. Like, fucking hours away. I was unavailable to cover the shift. And I called my boss, and I'm like, hey, this is the situation. I don't know what to do. I can't go in. Can you please help me? And she was like, I can't believe nobody can come in. You have 6 people on your roster. And I'm looking at her like, bitch, 6? Where'd you get those other 2 ghosts from? I have 4 people in between 2 locations. That is not a lot of people. That is a very sparse amount. I couldn't even. I called the few people I could. They couldn't come in. I call her back. I'm like, hey, nobody can come in. This is the best I can do. Can you please help me? Like I originally fucking called you for. And in like this sickening, like, this is supposed to be objective. Don't bring your opinions into it. Keep that in there. Drink that away later. Like, well, you can either go in to cover the shift, or you can lose your job. I was so angry. And that just, it was infuriating. It's like I had put all this fucking time, I'm gonna stand up here because I'm pissed. I put all this fucking time and effort into a place that was awful, that was berating me and like treating me a certain way that I did not feel was appropriate. But of course it was in business language, so it was fine on paper, and just, I said nothing. I was like, I don't know what else to do. Like, this is the best I can do for you. And I then proceeded to cry in my car for like a half hour, violently. I'm pretty sure you could hear my brain cracking across the fucking equator. And ultimately they got the shift covered, so I freaked out for nothing. I had to make a meeting on Monday, and that meeting consisted of my boss telling me that I wasn't dedicated enough. Well, no, that wasn't her words. She said, it seems like you don't care anymore, and because of that we have to let you go. It's me. I'm the, okay, yep, okay, let's just, okay, yep, okay, I didn't even mention the fucking, like, icing on top of this whole cake. I forgot all about this. About 3 months prior, while we were trying to figure out this health insurance thing, we went on Indeed, like me and my staff, to see if we were understanding the process correctly. Like if we were correct in assuming that they were promised health insurance. We were going to look on the actual job form post and see what it said. And searching for that, we found a job post for my job title, which was general manager. I can't even tell you how angry that made me. I wanted to light things on fire. I wanted to go down into the streets and fucking break glass and ride a bull into the sunset. Like, I was pissed after all of the that's okay, objective. It's objective. It's objective. Keep your opinions to yourself. Like, knowing that that's a thing while I'm working all these doubles, while I'm like pushing myself, and while I'm putting my life on fucking hold, this is a thing that I have to know. Like, they're looking for someone to replace me, but I still have to do all this shit. I didn't have any warning meetings. I didn't have any professional write-ups or sit-downs or anything like that. Like, hey, this is what we have to do. This is what's going on with you. This is your situation, like a professional fucking business would do. I didn't get any of that. I got the first weekend that I couldn't cover a shift, I was fired. I would just like to give a shout out to my eyeliner, because I cried the whole way home from the fucking headquarters to the train station, and my wings did not falter at all. They did not falter once. They stayed fucking intact, so good job. A golf clap to those wings, because I cried a whole lot. that was just that. So that's how I got fired, and that's why I'm able to actually do this now. And holy shit, I hope I never have to tell this story again, because it pisses me off a lot. Because at the end of the day, nobody on this fucking planet will ever love that stupid fucking cafe more than me. Nobody will. I can fucking guarantee it. I know no one will. It just is not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. Fuck. Being unemployed is exhausting. I hope that was at least an understanding for you and an objective fucking perspective on what happened, and whatever. I would like to know, to the 3 people or 10 people out there who watch my videos, what do you want to see from me? What kind of stuff would you like me to do? A lot of stories? You want to hear more stories? I can tell stories. I mean, I tell them kind of bad and kind of slow, but I'll do that for you. And yeah, it's nice to be back. I mean, kind of, because I'm not like making money or really doing a whole lot with my life except wearing sweatpants and crying. This is the most stressed I've been in a while. Oh, I lost my job and now I'm sad. Here, oh, Jesus, oh fuck, oh, I created an actual dent in my ceiling. Oh fuck, oh my god, oh man, oh fuck, oh god damn it, oh man. You did nothing wrong here. Like, you literally just, you wait for me to stop being shit, and then I keep proving you wrong. Maybe that's okay. I need to go lay down.